Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You just caught up with some of the highlights from round 1, 2 and 3. We're at Walker Park, and the teams are in the final parts of their halftime team chats. And joined with Corey Rosser, who's just back after eating half a dozen snakes. And, mate, Northcote, what do you think the chat is over there?
Yeah, well, actually just walked past their team huddle, and Coach Jeff Morton pretty animated. Wants them to stick to the middle of the park, stop going to the edge just for the sake of it.
Someone's stealing your snakes. One of the cameraman's off the roof down here chewing on snakes.
Resume work. So, but yeah, look, I think the message for them: stick to the middle of the park, go to the edge when you need it. Don't just go there for the sake of it. He said, you know, we're making good progress through the middle of the park. It's just a matter of picking our moments.
Did you manage to get an airwig on the Pirates?
Yeah, for Point Chev, very much just keep doing things as you're doing it. I'm pretty happy with the performance on both sides of the ball, I think, but not getting too carried away. You see there, they're going back into their warm-ups just on the corner of our shot here down at Walker Park. And Northcote still engaged in that chat there, so Jeff Morton obviously with plenty to say. That's a good 8 minutes he's been talking to the boys for then. So interesting to see, though. They were slow to start last week, weren't they? And they came right. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with in the second half.
Just going to have a quick word to the match managers.
So just a little look around some of the other results that have been happening across Auckland today. Some of the half-time scores. We've got the Franklin Storm up 18-12 over the Hibiscus Coast. The Northern Brothers, they lead 22 points to 10 over the Manukau Magpies. Manurewa Marlins are up 22-12 over Ellerslie, while Ponsonby well in control 48-0 over the Papatoetoe Panthers. So some half-time updates from the second division there. And in the first division, the Glenora Bears have a 16.6 lead over the Howick Hornets. So Glenora looking to inflict Howick's first loss there. They're in control at half-time. Papakura are up 8-0 over the Maris Saints. While out at Walter Massey Park, the Otahuhu Leopards lead 18 points to 6 over the Mangere East Hawks. So interesting one there, in particular the Glenora Howick game. Glenora fairly well in control at 16-6. That'd be a big result for them if they could pick one up over the Howick Hornets at Paparoa Park as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and that'll be one that they'll want to claw back. It's 2 points to put them back on the even par with, you know, the rest of the undefeated people, and we might see another undefeated here. It's a bit early to tell at this point. 14-0. It'll be interesting to see what the Tigers do in the next 40-odd minutes. But Glenora will be happy with the result so far, and I'd say Mr. Perinara over there will be looking for more of the same for the next 40.
So speaking of the next 40, Northcote with an uphill battle, but they came back from 10-0 down last week. They know they can do it and got points on them when they turn it on. For the Point Chevrolet Pirates, pretty classy in that first half, weren't they? A few little ruck penalties and that sort of thing, but outside of that, they were pretty well flawless.
Yep, some grouse tries certainly shifted it around well, and once Tavita came on, you know, the dummy half speed around the play the ball certainly picked up, and they'll be looking for more of that, I suggest. Here come the Tigers.
So positive start, hugely important for them now. Taylor Daniels gets involved very much. Does not look like he's operating at 100% at this stage. That left knee perhaps causing him a little bit of trouble. Xavier Rice centralises things up over the 40, so this is a good opening set from Northcote. Tamati Leach. And inside the 10, so that's an excellent start for Northcote. They're going to be able to set up camp here now. Xavier Rice taps and goes. He's into a gap here, Rice. Afu is looming in support. Rice takes the tackle instead. 10 out to Vedalato involved. That's got to be a professional foul. Very close to it. Afu to Moses. Moses straightens up. Inside the 10 there. Oli Tomavavi's in a bit of trouble in back play with the neck. But boy, Tavitalatu must have gone close to conceding the professional foul there, Troy. Certainly spent a long time in the tackle.
Well, it was a quick wake-up, wasn't it? Before they knew it, he had already broken the line. He had gone, the young Tiger.
Yeah, heads-up play there from Xavier Rice. Leach now takes it forward. Afu at the bottom of the ruck. Spins it out the back. Malu. Malu with some footwork. Eko Malu. Tavitalatu finishes in over the top. Battling for that quick play of the ball. Afu. Afu darts out. Good goal line defence from Point Chev. You're not going to get them that easy. Xavier Rice now. What's he looking for? Brings play back towards the post. It's a bad pass. down around the legs of Dylan Moses, and I think Moses let him know about it there as well, because that was pretty poor service. So Northcote let him off the hook on that occasion. Important they come up with a good defensive set here. Start controlling possession and field position. Balls come loose. Is that a penalty? Yes, indeed it is. So penalties each way to start this one. Arona kicks for touch. Good touch finder as well. They'll start this one. 35 off the line. And straight into it they go. Excellent carry there. Papali'i looking to promote the second phase. Pops it out the back. Latu's on hand to pick it up. They centralise through Seal. Making good yardage here at Point Chevalier. Arona. Dummies. Steps back inside. Latu to Seal. Seal goes out the back door. Quick hands from Tavita. Tavita's put Key into a gap. Oliver Tumavavi gets his second. Hanging off the shoulders of the big second rower there. And Oliver Tumavavi is the man on the spot and collects another try for Point Chevalier. Clinical stuff there from the Pirates. They make the most of the penalty and the extra possession. And you can see here Tavita Latu using Seal as that first receiver. Then they go out the back door. And then from there, it's an excellent pass from Tavita. Puts Key into a gap. And then from there, Oliver Tumavavi hangs off the shoulder, crashes over for his second try.
Yeah, the young fellas are having a great time out there. They've certainly been embracing one another a few times today. A lot of laughter, a lot of smiles.
Easy to have a good time when you're 18-0 up. Kick to come. Tevin Arona to attempt the conversion. We mentioned earlier in the match a late inclusion in this squad with Isaac Luke appearing to overcome his knee injury. Quite miraculously appear to overcome his injury, because Isaac was initially slated to miss maybe 4 weeks of action, but all set to take the field tonight against the West Tigers. Arona off the boot. It's good, and it is Point Chev 20, Northcote Tigers 0. Need an answer, and they need one pretty quickly here. The ball boy doing a few stretches on the field there in our frame. Limbering up.
He was out there planking at one point, but his calves are all good to go, so we won't see him pop a hammy as he runs the tee off the field. And fantastic to have all the ball boys down here, not just the Tigers ball boys, but obviously with the Pirates crew over the far side. Great for the kids. Good kick off. Great catch, and here comes a great run.
Another big carry off the back fence there, Point Chevalier. Boy, their bookends in particular have been impressive today. We mentioned Tavita Latu's introduction, just changed the pace of the game, sped things up a little bit. Nice short ball there. Point Chevalier now on the run. Oliver Tumavavi's in support. Oliver Tumavavi. Crucial cover tackle there from James Waterston, which just brings him down. But they're not out of jail yet. Papali'i straightens. Papali'i with the footwork. Papali'i! Abraham Papali'i! Breaks through about 3 tackles and crashes over. And it's one-way traffic here at Walker Park.
Replay, looking for the quick play of the ball. Everyone's getting into shape. I think too at the start of this that a lot of the Tigers boys were still trying to get back on side. And
It was actually
Big fellas love that, eh?
a little
They
bit of
just love
footwork,
that.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he just created that separation there, Papali'i, and he's had a fine game off the bench for Point Chevalier. So 24-0.
Just about to say that, and it becomes starting to become a little bit of a tough ask. Although we've seen the Tigers do pretty magical things coming back in the past. It'll be a pretty stern chat, considering if it was animated with Jeff at half-time. All the older heads down there will be, wanting to turn this around. So they get to come back, reset. Sun's out on Walker Park. No wind. Very unusual day for us down here.
So Tevin Arona to attempt the conversion just to the right of the uprights. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for him, and guides it over. 26-0, the Point Chevalier Pirates lead the Northcote Tigers. They met twice last year, these two teams, and on both occasions it was Point Chevalier who got up 28-10 in round 3 and 34-16 again in round 13. So haven't had a lot of luck against the Green Machine in recent times, Northcote. Still plenty of time left in this one, though, of course. So back underway here at Walker Park. Driven kick, nicely claimed by Arona and Papali'i. There is no letting up. And the penalty at the end of it as well. Frustrated here are Northcote. See there, Daniels having a chat to referee Price. Arona now to kick for touch. Marlo Solomona brings play back to Seal. One of St. Paul's College product.
Here they come again.
Latu goes short side. Brings Gavitt into the play. Latu, Krebs. Finds Tavita. Ball is loose. So Northcote, they do well on that occasion. Force the turnover of possession. So they need a spark here, do Northcote. Where's it going to come from? We know they've got some electric outside backs. Nalu Tuigamala was crucial for them last week. Is it a Moatuli out of the backfield? Schonkel's now going to take it forward. Another good carry from the big fella.
Oh,
Tamarua
chopped him.
met heavy and low. Afu play the ball a little dodgy. Malu looks to the skies. Moses is chasing. Moses goes up, gets a hand to it. Dylan Moses brings it into Donnelly. Ted Donnelly's now into open space. Breaks one, breaks two, taken down. Xavier Rice is the dummy half. They come left now. Malu. Malu to Tamarua. Tamarua holds up one. 5 out from the line,
He thought
Northcote.
about it.
In desperate search of a try. Afu.
Yeah, he called it.
Back and play the ball is the call. Rice goes short. Daniels shows and goes. Runs into Latu. They're pressing hard here. Struggling to get a result. Short to Davis. Rice. Malu caught high, perhaps. Play on is the call. Waterson Dribbles a little kick in behind. It's last tackle. Scooped up, though, at the back by Michael Key. There's a penalty here. Which way is it going to go? It's going to be in favour of the Northcote Tigers. Yeko Malu, they're going to go back for when he was caught high. So back-to-back sets now. What can they generate? Troy, we saw them go to the right edge a lot in the first half. Haven't been able to replicate that success so far, but you think that's where they're most likely?
Well, every time I see Dylan Moses put his mouth guard back in, I know he's getting the ball. You want to have a look, just watching them in the background. There's a lot of chat. They shift it around as soon as that mouth guard goes back in. It looks like it's coming his way. So that's my inside tip for today's game.
Afu now jumps in. Fitiora Davis. Huge contact over the top. Nathan Newton. They spread play on. They come down this left edge now. Tuigamala. Vetini Abua keeps the ball in play. Tamarua. Shwamkul now.
Put it in gear straight ahead. A lot of support coming off that pack fence.
Another penalty now. How much more of this can Point Chevalier handle? They have been perfect on their line so far, but 3 sets in a row now. Schwamkul takes it back into the heart. Offload comes out the back door there. They're struggling to dent this line. This Point Chevalier forward pack have shown up big time today. Tamarua goes to the line. Still battling is Tamarua. Shomkul is taken low, centralises play. Textbook defence from Point Chevalier so far. Malu holds up, dinks a kick in over the top. It's a nothing kick, and it sails safely dead. And that is a frustration play, Troy, because they could not find a way through there. And Eko Malu in the end says, let's put up a 50-50. Nothing coming on the back of it.
Yeah, and they tried quite a few different ploys there and repelled. Here come Point Chevalier now, taking it out from their 20, 30.
Makawi back on the field. Foimaono.
Big chat happening there. There's a lot of encouragement off the back of the dummy half. Yeah. They're making meters at will here.
Nala Palavi. But there's just been no let up with this forward pack, has there? You know, the starting props who are pretty impressive, they sub off. Then you bring on the likes of Abraham Papali'i. Those guys, they just keep the momentum going for Point Chevalier. It's been impressive to watch. Makawi jumps on the back of a quick play the ball. Arona taking a deflection here. Donnelly's got to the ball, and I think it's going to be a dropout at the end of all that. We'll wait for confirmation from our referee, and dropout it is. Adona picks it up, hands it off to Newton. Nathan Newton gets the offload off the back of it. Oliver Tomavavi. 25 off the line. Lokini Gavitt. Short side it is. Tavita. Tavita holds it up. Tavita. Too easy. Dylan Tavita. The show, the go, and the try. See here, it starts with a good carry from Lokini Gavitt. Well, it may in fact be Kitiona Passini on that occasion, and then from there Makawi spots up Tavita, and Tavita, well, he almost didn't need the dummy because the gap was that big in the Northcote line. You could tell
probably a lot closer than what he thought, to be fair.
A tiring line, and you can see the look on their faces there. A dejected bunch right now are the Northcote Tigers.
Yeah, again, I don't think... Well, looking at that and the body language of, I think it was young Shomkul, they were right on the try line there, and it was only one step in and a touchdown. He sort of like he looked to the ground himself, you know, it was pretty close.
So Arona looks to make it 32. Still the best part of 20 minutes left in this one as well, so the kick is away, so 30 points to 0 it remains. The Northcote Tigers without an answer so far. Spent a bit of time down in attacking territory to start the second half, but couldn't find a result off the back of it. Then down this end, Point Chevalier, ruthless as always. Fielded by Gavitt. Makawi brings Maula Solomona, who's had a pretty quiet game. Saula Solomona now breaks down the left, runs at Donnelly. Good carry forward there by Saula. Arona. Tomavavi concedes in the tackle. May have a bit of cramp there, Oliver Tomavavi. So time pauses while he gets back to his foot. Tavita. Makawi jumps out of dummy half. There's no markers. They're in trouble again here, Northcote. Can they hold on? Makawi comes back inside to Pallavi. Pallavi's going to go close, right up against the line. He's got there, Daniel Pallavi. We'll wait for confirmation from our referee. Hayden Price, in fact, is going to overturn it. It's going to be a penalty. And I think for obstruction somewhere in there, so it did take a long, long time for Pallavi to get to the ground. There's obviously been an infringement somewhere in the mix there. But you can see, Troy, the body language of the Northcote Tigers not looking great right now. They look like a team that has well and truly been shocked today. And now I guess as much as anything, it's about finding some positives for next week and building on that.
Well, I think they'd like to take a positive out today, to be fair. And, you know, there's a wee bit of time on side the clock, so I dare say they're not going to stop trying. And, you know, if they take a couple of tries out of this, that'll put them in good stead. So that's what they'll be hunting for.
So a little bit of heat starting to come into this one as well. Daniels and Makawi exchanging words there.
Don't you worry. The boys from the Ctas camera crew will keep all the heat on the screen for all the viewers.
Rice to Bywater, who can hold his head high today. Tamarua goes to the line, plays Shomkul through short. But again, that Point Chevalier defence on point. Rice. Spin the ball wide now. Tiaho onto the field. The starting 5'8" last week, off the bench this week. Which sees Dylan Moses move back into the forwards now. Speaking of him, Moses on the ball. Tuitama wrestles him to ground. Ted Donnelly. Northcote told to go back and play the ball. Malu, last tackle, dribbles the kick in behind. And I tell you what, when it's your day, because Oliver Tomovavi there with a little scoop up and pass to his winger. They're even making escapes from the end goal look beautiful. He has had a fine game today, has Tomovavi. Pallavi plays short to Newton. Big man to big man. McCowie kicks out of the bottom of the ruck. Finds some grass, and Donnelly's put it down.
Let him, yeah.
Oh.
Trying to get there. He thought he was going to let him go. His head and point was going to jump on it, but he managed to bumble it out across the line, and referee's pointing back towards the spot, and going to lay up a scrum here.
So 18 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's been a tough afternoon if you are a Tigers fan.
Looking for a few more boys to jump into the scrum. A couple coming in now to join in. Shifting it left.
So Northcote now pushed right up against their line. Nathan Newton has powered his way over for yet another Point Chevalier Pirates try. And it's just a tired defence, Troy, really.
Yeah.
You look at it here, they're down on confidence.
Trying to get back in here, and they regathered, and then all of a sudden, straight out from the dummy half. Big gap there, heading towards the try line. The referee's standing right on it. Bounced off, came back in again, bang.
Yep, and that is, I dare say, a bit of a soft one, really. Northcote will be thoroughly disappointed to concede one like that. So Tevin Rona to attempt the conversion. So Northcote, well, they'll be getting pretty good at these by the end of the day. Plenty of practice on the restarts. Malu goes high. It's brought down again by Point Chevalier. They need to find some positives here, Northcote. Do join us next week, ladies and gentlemen. We're live from Burt Henham Park with Otahuhu taking on Mount Albert. The old traditional rivalry, Troy.
Yeah,
John
mate.
Ackland returns.
It's been going on since the 80s, the 70s. And, you know, might need to have a little look-see at that in a moment. Yeah, he's going to laugh that one off. Yeah. Just a little bit of frustration, and it was after the fact. I think it was a little bit further back. Here we go, bang.
Yeah, just crept up there, didn't it, really? Not a lot in that one.
As the kick for touch and move down the field. Back to your original question yet. John Ackland, ex-Mount Albert Rugby League man. He'll definitely be looking to redeem himself with the Otahu Leopards at home as the Lions head into Bert Henman for the game of the round next week.
Yeah, and the curtain raiser, the Crown of Trucks Sharman Cup match between the Aussie Eagles and Papatoetoe Panthers. So a big day planned at Bert Henman Park. Tavita Latu now spreads the ball out to the left. Makawi taken, 10 off the line. Latu goes short. Ball pops out, Daniel Palavi. Daniel Palavi's going to go very close here. Held up is the call from referee Price.
It's been a relentless onslaught here for the Pirates as they're attacking the Tigers' line.
So Palavi to play the ball. Latu goes out the back door. Dylan Tavita. Tavita dribbles a little kick in behind. Tavita. Foimana's going to go close, but just goes dead. They've been pretty impressive today, have the young Point Chevalier halves. Tev Nodorna, a product of Canterbury, and Dylan Tavita come across from the Richmond club. Taylor Daniels gets back into it, takes him up over the 30.
Tried hard all day, Daniels.
Rice brings Shomkul in, breaks a couple, gets the ball out the back door now. Tamaroa, Bywater. 35 out from the line, Northcote. Can they get the breakthrough? Tamaroa. Second phase out the back now, Eko Malu. Malu holds it up, finds Tuigamala. But this defence from Point Chevalier, they've turned the ball over there. We wait for confirmation. But it has just been so good today. They've scrambled well on the edges and in the middle of the park. They have stood up to everything that Northcote has thrown at them physically. A super impressive performance. We'll wait for confirmation to see which way this ball's going to go. It looks like it's going to be a Northcote feed, so they're going to be let off the hook there. 10 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen, in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership Clash, round 5 of the competition. And there's the Point Chevalier Pirates making a heck of a statement at this stage. Eko Malu to feed the scrum. Tamarua with a little bit of footwork at the line, goes close. He's been impressive today. Xavier Rice shifts play out the back. Malu showing, looking for a gap. It hasn't been one all day. Taylor Daniels plays short at the line. It's picked up though. Point Chevalier, it's Dylan Tavita on the loose. Dylan Tavita, one to beat, turns Donnelly inside out. Joe Bywater gets there and covering defence.
Looking for a quick play the ball.
Arona. They shift play on. Scrappy pass. It's broken down. Picked up by Makawi. Tavita Latu now jumps on a dummy half. Daniel Palavi. 10 out from the line. Point Chevalier pushing. They want to crack 40. Latu jumps out, plays Newton short. That is too easy. Nathan Newton from short range crashes over for his second try of the day. And all started, Troy, with that big break from Dylan Tavita.
Yeah, they were taking metres at will, and you'll see that on the SAS Fox replay. Quick play the ball here, nice little one off the hip, untouched, and next to the upright. He'll be happy with that.
Double off the bench today for Nathan
Just as they're getting ready for the kick, We have so many special guests down here today. We had the Deputy Chairman down here. We've got the Chairman down here, Cameron McGregor, and you've had a big week, Cameron.
Very big week this week. Thanks, Troy. Yeah.
Mate, making a wee bit of time to come down and see grassroots football. Point Chevalier up against Northcote Tigers. Have you enjoyed the game so far?
Yeah, it's really good to get down here, and it has been a busy week, but always good to get down to a local game and see what's going on. And yeah, a bit surprising the scoreline here. I thought Northcote would go a bit closer, but Point Chevalier have been building for a little while now, and I think one of these sort of displays was going to be up and coming at some stage. Yeah.
Oh, look, hopefully we get to catch up with you a wee bit towards the end. The Root Roosters up for grabs at this game, and I know Shane Price is down here somewhere, and we'll be doing the presentations at the conclusion of the match. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, Troy. Cheers.
So they cracked the 40, Corey?
They have cracked the 40 indeed. The kick good as well from Tevin Orona. So 42-0 with about 7.5 minutes to go here at Walker Park. No doubt Point Chevalier would have come into this one as favourites, but I don't think anyone would have expected this scoreline and the way they've gone about it. They've been super impressive, have Point Chevalier. Take nothing away from their effort today, although, you know, Northcote, no doubt, some of the tries they've conceded, particularly in the second half, Coach Jeff Morton will be very unhappy with that, but Point Chevalier, even when asked to do defence, they've been excellent today.
Absolutely, and I think a couple of tries that have leaked in have been very close to the line. I think it's surprised the Pirates try scorer, let alone the defender, as they are stepping over, you know, on the white chalk. However, a little bit of redemption would be nice, and try to repel the Pirates as they set sail again down the park.
Newton plays short now. Arona goes to the line. Michael Key met well low by Vitinia Bua and cleaned up by Toigamala at the back. Centralises play. So we know Howick were behind at half-time, 16-6 at Glenora. So should those results remain, the Point Chevalier Pirates will sit at the top of the competition, undefeated, and with the clear lead of the competition. Vitinia Bua takes them to halfway.
A short one off the hip there. The ref said play on. Sean called another strong carry.
Gets the penalty at the end of it as well.
The shout from the crowd, take the two.
Xavier Rice. Another penalty here. He's been a magnet for them today, has Trent Shonkel. Drawn a number of penalties out of this Point Chevalier team.
Has he banned them?
And a sin binning as well on that one. We did miss that just out of the corner of our screen here. So a sin binning as well, which will leave Point Chevalier down to 12 for the remainder of this one. Xavier Rice. Now's Northcote's time to strike. Tiaho goes to the line. KC Smith. But once again, the Point Chevalier defence just shows up, shuts it down, and they force the error there.
Taking a bit of a knock to the face, the young fella.
Yeah, Ted Donnelly there.
No. He said, I'll be all right, mate. I'm going back to my side, back to my wing. Ctas, our live stream partners, beaming out across the whole South Pacific this week as Tonga, Samoa, Niue, Cook Islands are all online.
Of course, a couple of those countries will be very interested in the upcoming representative clash between the New Zealand Tonga residents and the Auckland representative side, as well as the Toa Samoa Invitational, who are going to take on the Auckland Māori under-20s and the curtain raiser.
June 2, mark it in the calendar.
Tickets on sale for that one shortly as well, so do keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz and all our social media platforms as we build up towards that one. Going to be great to have the Auckland team back, Troy.
Yeah, mate. Can't wait for that one. It's going to be a cracker.
Afu shifts play on now. Moses have got them isolated here, but Foi Maono, great cover defence. Moses takes it forward. Short to Shonku. Moses taps it on. It's picked up by Dylan Tavita. Tavita's in open space here. Cover defence coming across from Northcote. Credit to them. Even at 42-0, this Northcote team have not given up.
Wise play. The young fella went back inside to meet them. He knew he couldn't go any further down the sideline.
Makawi. Strippers the call. So salt into the wound for Northcote. Tap and go is the call from Papali'i. Well, Troy, there's going to be an SAS player of the game picked, and I dare say Abraham Papali'i will be right in the mix for that one. Oliver Tuamavavi as well has been pretty good at the back, but a number of players who have really stood up as well. Tavita Latu off the bench as well has been super impressive.
Yeah, they've been pretty well strong across the park.
Arona goes short side. Makawi holds it up. Dinks the little kick in behind. Saula Solomona. I think he may have actually kicked that one dead in the end. It's come loose, but end result is it'll be a Northcote ball. And they've been actually fairly quiet considering the scoreline. The Point Chevalier edges, Troy. We haven't seen a lot of either side of the field. They've done most of their damage through the middle of the park,
yeah,
off the back of the carries of the likes of Papali'i. Of course, where Oliver Tuamavavi scored a couple of tries.
The smaller boys have had good, strong darts through the centre as well, and that's proved fruitful for them. Heard the call from the far side, 2 minutes.
Yeah, and they will desperately want to defend this here, keep the shutout here, Point Chevalier. Northcote pushing hard now. Afu jumps out of dummy half. Makawi. Tiaho spins play on. Xavier Rice. Eko Malu now. Dylan Moses. Moses thinks about handing off. Instead goes himself. Ball has spilt loose. Going to be a strip at the end of it.
Yeah. This could be a last-ditch effort by the Tigers. A couple of old teammates there helping one another out.
That's right. Helping out with the old cramp. So into the final minute of this match here at Walker Park. Round 5 of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. It is the Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates who are going to be convincing winners in this one over the North City Reinforcement Northcote Tigers. Afu turns back inside, finds Leach. Malu goes to the line, brings Tiaho into it. Tiaho dances his way through 1, 2, slight size mismatch there with Abraham Papali'i. Going nowhere in a hurry, Northcote. Malu dancing his way. But they just can't find a gap, Troy.
No, they've tried left, they've tried right, they've gone through the centre, they've tried, every which way, and at this point, Point Chevalier just keep repelling at the line.
Tiaho will die on the ball, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates 42, North City Reinforcement Northcote Tigers 0 here in round 5 of the crown lift of the SAS, I should say, Fox Memorial Premiership. That concludes our live streaming today. Of course, we brought you the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup action just a few hours ago, which saw the Bay Roskill Vikings get up over the Otara Scorpions. So Point Chevalier retain the Root Rooster as well. We'll have the presentation for that trophy in just a couple of minutes' time, and we will hear from both captains of Northcote and Point Chevalier. Back in a few minutes.
joined by captain of the Northcote Tigers, Taylor Daniels. Well, Taylor, 42-0 in the end there. How do you sum that one up?
Yeah, mate, we just got beaten by the better team today, I think. You know, they just gave it to us in that middle, and, you know, we couldn't really match them, and that's where they got us.
What did it with them in the first half, although, you know, there was a, I think, 16-0 lead for them in the first half, but did you feel like you were sort of footing it with them there and you were went into half-time with any chance?
Yeah, well, I think we were well in it. Just the ball that we had, we couldn't finish anything, eh? We couldn't make anything. All the ball we had down in our half, we just gave it back to them, and that's where they came back at us in the middle.
Up against a very good defence today, gaps didn't come very often.
Yeah, like I said, you know, our middle wasn't up to it today, and, you know, when we had the ball going back at them, they were right in there. They were solid today, and they were definitely the better team.
Small positive you can take. They made a few breaks there late, and the number of guys you had tracking back, so they kept trying.
Well, I think that's always us, mate. We're never going to give up. No matter what the score is, you know, we're always going to stick it to the 80th minute. It's just holding that ball and, you know, barring up. We did it in the second half last week. Came back. We kind of needed to do that again in the second half this week, but yeah, we couldn't. And credit to the Point Chev, they had it locked down.
Thanks for joining us, Taylor. Good luck for next week.
Cheers, bro.
Now joined by Siuili, the captain of the Point Chevalier Pirates. Well, you were always probably favourites going into this one, but the manner you went about it today, you must be super impressed.
Yeah, we've been disappointed in our defence the last 4 rounds. So our main goal today was to come out and make a statement at home, especially at home. You know, the boys dug deep, and yeah, Northcote was always going to be tough with, you know, the return of the king coming back from Northcote. So you know, it was always going to be tough, but you know, the boys pulled through.
You mentioned your defence, where you kept the big donut on Northcote today, but some of the efforts, particularly on the edges, scrambling, and in the middle of the park, you dominated.
Yeah, that's where you know, most of our points have been, you know, leaked out on the edges. So we worked on it really hard the last couple of weeks. So you know, I'm really proud of our centres and back rowers, especially our wingers, and you know, the new kid Ollie got player of the day. So no, super impressed. But in saying that, we still got a lot to learn. You know, still got a lot to improve on. So.
A couple of those big boppers really stood up. Nathan Newton and Abraham Papali'i was fantastic as well. Are you getting plenty of value out of those big boys?
Yeah, no, it's good to be on their side. No, they're pretty big boys, and once they get going, no, they're pretty hard to stop. And no, like I said before, no, still got a lot to improve on. And you know, the big boys, our defence in the middle, no, still got a bit to do there. But no, we'll round 5, still got a long season ahead.
5 from 5. You've got the Root Rooster, defended it twice. You must be a happy captain.
Yeah, no, pretty happy, but like I said, it's a long road. No, you don't win the grand final in the first 5 rounds. No, we'll go back to the drawing board after this. No, we'll have a beer after this and work on what we have to improve on. And come next week, we'll roll again.
Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the night.
No worries. Thank you very much.
So we're now going to go to the presentation of the Root Rooster. Of course, Point Chevalier defending that one. It's their second title defence this year. They defended it against Richmond in round 2, and again today here at Northcote. So we're going to now throw to the presentations and watch Point Chevalier receive the Root Rooster.
We'll just get
There's nothing better to see grassroots rugby league in a suburban field. We'll put the result aside, but it's always great to come down and watch 2 100-year-old clubs playing rugby league on a Saturday afternoon. It's with great pleasure that I probably give this back to Point Chev today. And where's the captain?
First of all, I'd like to thank Nothcote, the return of the king. No, we always knew it was going to be a hard match, him coming back, but no, it's not the end of the season. We don't win grand finals in the first 5 rounds, and we'll see you round 2. Cheers, bro.
Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. Run it straight to the breakfast team Fridays from 8:20 a.m. when they tackle the toughest competition in town. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live league action. aucklandleague.co.nz.